Hey, I have a fun one today. Well, I know it's going to be fun for me. It's about colors and crayons. Well, it's about crayons more than it is about colors. And I dug these out because there's something I wanted to do with crayons and try out. So I got the crayons out and brought back some memories of, well, look, these have tape on them. And some have tape, some don't. You know where this tape comes from? Well, it's for me. So when your crayon would break apart, you see that break right there? Here? I would take some Scotch tape, some clear tape, and I would tape the crayon back together so it can be used again. So you can see a little crack in the label where I taped it. This one's green yellow. Here's another one where I did it. This one is red orange, but you can see the crayon broke here with that crack, and I taped it back together so it can be used. So I do that because, well, number one, so we can save them and keep using them, because if a crayon is broken in half, it can still be used. It's just harder to color with a half crayon that's broken in half than it is for a whole piece. That's number one. And number two, well, maybe it's an old habit of mine to just try and fix something before I ever throw it away or discard it. Yeah. It's just an old habit. If something breaks, first thing I try, or I look for, or I think about is, well, can I fix it? How easy is it to fix? And like crayon broke in half? Okay. Put some tape on it. And then it's just like new. Actually, it's even better. You want to know why? This tape, the way that I wrap the tape around the crayon and bind it, it actually makes it a little more resilient to break or snap again because of the tape. It actually strengthens and reinforces the crayon. Makes it a little better. But it's just something I do or I look for. Like, for example, this one. This color is one of your favorites. Look. Indigo. And you'll see that this one, well, this one is worn down a whole lot. And it broke off in the top. But even though this crayon didn't break in half, like the others, I still took tape and I wrapped the tape around it in order to make this stronger. Because I know that you would use this one a lot. And I wanted to make it last. So you want to know what else I found? Yeah, I found something that, well, at the time it didn't mean a whole ton, but after I looked at it and held it in my hand, it actually means a lot to me now. So, well, it's a different size crayon. It's a jumbo crayon. So this one, you know, instead of using just plain old clear tape, I actually took some white paper and I wrapped the tape around the crayon almost to make like a cast that you would put on a broken bone, like if you break an arm or a leg or something. You know, you make a cast over the broken bone so that the bone can heal. Well, I did this with this jumbo crayon. It had split in half down the middle, like it broke in half completely. So in order to put it together, I put it together. I put a little bit of tape around it, but it was still very bendable and flimsy. So I took some white paper and I actually rolled it around like a wrapping, and then I taped over the tape to make it even stronger. So this one is this one's really tough. So I could do that with the jumbo crayons. So it was a way to save these. Now I want to show you something. Another crayon broke. This time it was the purple. And so just like with the green, I took the purple. It was broken in half, so I taped it back together and I made the little cast. And then I said, you know what? There's a thing about dark colors like a dark blue or a purple or a black, or some of these, when you have the crayons in a pile and you might be looking for a purple or a blue or the black, you might pick up a dark crayon and you go to make the color and it ends up not being the color that you pick, because when they're all dark, sometimes it's hard to see. So I took this crayon, and after I put the white cast or the white paper on it, I actually took the tip of the crayon and I scribbled over the white part, so that way it's easy to see very quickly when this is in a pile or sitting down on the table. It's easy to see exactly what this color is and how this color looks on paper. Yeah, see that? Now, when I was putting this crayon back together, there's one more thing I wanted to do. So look, these crayons, what do you notice about them? And when you hold them and you want to actually read the color, look, let's see, the color is spelled out on the label. Yeah? Here. This is, let's see if I can't get this in focus. Indigo. This one is yellow. And red. And so I want to step further. And not only did I color on the label, I took a pen and I wrote the color right on the paper. Want to see what I wrote? It's purple. But what do you notice about the word? It's on the wrong end of the paper. Because normally, on these crayons, the color of the crayon and the text is toward the back and the end. Not closer to the tip. But what do you notice about this when I made this? Well, I wrote purple here instead of writing it here. So I made a mistake. Or did I? You see, when I was repairing this crayon and I was thinking of writing the color on this paper, do you want to know why I wrote purple here? It's because this. When I hold crayons to color, or a pen to write, I hold it like this. It's because I'm left-handed. So when I was making this label, I was making it for a person who writes with their left hand. Because I was imagining the front or the tip of the crayon to be right here, not right here. And when I was actually putting this white label on the crayon, you want to know how it looked? Well, here, I've got a... Here, let's imagine that this is the front of the crayon, this is the tip. This is how the crayon looked. And I said, uh-oh. You're not left-handed. I am. So when you pick this up, the word is upside down. So what I did is well, a couple of things that I could do. One, I could just say, well, it's a crayon, whatever. Just put the label upside down, and this will be the front of the crayon, and when you pick it up to color, it'll be like this. And it's still got the, it's still got the scribble on it, so you can see what color it is. So the words don't matter. It doesn't matter if it's right side up or upside down. You're going to be holding the crayon, and you're just going to be coloring stuff. That's one way to look at it. But I chose to put the label on and put the label on as if it's a left-handed crayon, but I made sure that the words are not upside down. I made sure the word is right side up. So that's why the color purple is way over here on the left instead of way over there on the right. You know, like these crayons are printed. You want to know what this crayon with the left-handed label. Do you want to know what this means to me now? Now that I hold it. This reminds me of what life was like before you became a part of it. Before I became a dad, well, life was about making things for me. I need a label on a crayon. Okay, I'll write purple here. Here's the front of the crayon, and let's go back in color. And the only person who would be using this is me. So I'm going to make this in a way that's convenient for me, because it's for me, and only me. And I'm going to be the one using it. And I don't care if somebody else does. We could borrow it. But it's for me. That's who I'm making it for. Not anymore. At some point, life doesn't become about me. Now it becomes about you. And the moment that hit me was the moment I held you in my arms for the very first time. And ever since that day, every time I do something, I make sure to think about you. That's how much you mean to me. So that's why this little broken crayon that I put back together, that's why it reminds me of the old me, or I should say this, the old me before being a dad. And then, well, the me who is a dad now. Because I gotta make sure that when I give you something, or do something for you, or make you something, or even tell you something, I make sure that it's for you. And so, that's what I did when I fixed the third crayon that night. Well, I made it with the word on the right instead of on the left. See? Because here's how the color looks and the words look when I use it like this. It's upside down. And that's okay. That's because this isn't for me. It's for you. So all that matters is how this crayon looks in your hand. And that's what life is about right now. And not just right now, but tomorrow. And the next day. And the next year. And every single day that follows after that. It is about making sure that I am doing things that work for you. Because you'll be the one holding it in your hand. You'll be the one living in this world. And passing it along. Yeah, this is the old me. And here's the new me. You know, from far away, they look like the same, but you know, sometimes you need a label, maybe some words to see the difference. Love you.